In 1947, 2 years had passed since World War II had ended. The United States was entering a period known as the post-war boom. Discharged soldiers were returning home. People were beginning to think about their futures. What kind of work would they do? Where would they go to college? Life was moving forward again. Washington, D.C., 1947. The Buffett family had been living there for nearly 2 years after his father, Howard Buffett, was elected to Congress. Warren was about to graduate from Woodrow Wilson High School. His grades were very good, especially in mathematics. But the problem came when his homeroom teacher asked,
Warren, have you decided where you want to go to college?
That question left him silent. Not because he did not know what to say, but because another question had already formed in his mind.
Is it really necessary?
It wasn't that he hated learning. He read more than most people. He read the newspaper every day. He read financial statements. He studied numbers. He noticed the things other people missed. But one thing was becoming clearer and clearer. He learned best outside the classroom. Many times he would come home and sit alone in his room in silence. He looked still from the outside, but his mind was working non-stop. He kept thinking about college.
How could college make me any better than I already am, when I can already learn everything I need from books?
His silence about college was starting to become a problem. More and more of his teachers began to worry. A gifted student like him should be going on to a top university. In the end, his homeroom teacher decided to speak with Warren's father.
Hello, I'm Warren's homeroom teacher, sir. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to ask you to come in so we can talk for a moment. Mr. Howard, I'm not quite sure how to say this, but it's about Warren.
Is something wrong?
You know his grades are excellent.
Yes. So what seems to be the problem?
I honestly don't know why, but he doesn't seem to want to go on to college. Could you please talk to him?
Thank you. And please don't worry. I'll speak to my son myself.
The truth was, his father had sensed it for some time. He could see the hesitation in his son, but he did not want to push him too hard. Even so, it was time to talk about it. That evening, at the dinner table, his father finally spoke.
So, where are you going to college? Harvard? Princeton? Or Columbia?
Warren did not answer right away. He sat still for a moment, then spoke with a hint of nervousness.
Can I choose none of them? I don't want to go to college.
He did not say it loudly, but the entire table fell silent. His mother stopped in the middle of ladling soup. Doris frowned and immediately asked,
Then what are you going to do?
I want to go into business.
Business?
Yes.
Do you really think someone who never went to college can run a business?
What would you know about that, Doris? Yes, I can. Just a few months ago, I started a business of my own. I'm telling the truth, Dad. Just a few months ago, I did something.
Then Warren began telling everyone his story. Here's what happened. One day, while Warren was waiting for his turn at the barber shop, he felt so bored sitting there and waiting that an idea came to him. Warren and a friend pooled $25 to buy a used pinball machine. They placed it in that barber shop and made a deal with the owner to give him a share of the earnings as rent. In the first week, the machine brought in nearly $50, far more than their original cost. Before long, they expanded to 3 machines and gave the business a name: Wilson Coin-Operated Machines. This little business was not built on luck. It came from something simple: looking for what mattered where other people failed to notice it. They were selling a way to pass the time for coins no one minded spending. But Warren also knew that there was nothing complicated or secret about a model like this. Once people realized it could make money, it would not take long for others to copy it, and the income he was making would start to shrink. So instead of waiting for the profits to slowly thin out, he decided to sell the entire business to someone interested in the model for $1,200. From an initial investment of $25, that was nearly 48 times his money in less than a year.
When Warren finished telling the story, Dora still looked annoyed, but deep down, she admired her younger brother so much that she did not know what to say. His father, who had been listening quietly the entire time, finally spoke.
You may be able to make money right now, but life is not only about right now. College is not just about knowledge. It is opportunity. It is connections. It opens up your world.
After hearing his father's words, Warren sat in silence. He had never looked at it that way before. He was not a rebellious boy, but he was someone who held firmly to his own beliefs.
If I go to college, I'll lose 4 years.
His father was silent for a moment, then replied calmly,
Sometimes slowing down does not mean falling behind.
That night, no one won. No one lost. But that conversation made Warren realize that this time, he might have to think about more than just money. Now the question turning over in his mind was,
If I have to go to college, then where should I go?
in the end, after turning it over in his mind again and again, once he graduated from high school, Warren decided to enroll at the University of Pennsylvania, the Wharton School, one of the most prestigious business schools in America. But when he walked into the classroom and sat listening to the professor explain the basics of investing, he realized that almost everything being taught there was something he had already learned through his own experience. Warren stayed at Wharton for 2 years before deciding to transfer to the University of Nebraska, closer to his hometown of Omaha. For him, going back to Nebraska gave him more control over the pace of his own life, both in school and in the small businesses he was still running on the side. After moving back, the first thing he did was sign up for every credit he could take and move through everything as quickly as possible. In 1950, Warren graduated with his bachelor's degree at just 19 years old. In total, he finished college in only 3 years. The boy who had once questioned the value of college ended up graduating faster than most people. Everyone in the family thought that now that Warren had his degree, he would finally begin building his own business, just as he had wanted from the very beginning. But that was not what happened.
So, Warren, have you thought about what you want to do next?
I'm warning you, don't laugh.
What is it? Come on, tell me.
Promise me first.
Okay, I promise I won't laugh.
I'm not going to start working just yet. I want to keep studying. Doris, you promised you wouldn't laugh.
Uh-oh. Dad, Warren says he wants to keep studying. Did you hear that?
All right. So you want to keep studying. Wait, you want to keep studying?
Oh, come on, Dad. Why are you so surprised?
So, where do you want to go?
I want to try Harvard. I heard from friends in the business program that the teaching there is excellent. I think there's still a lot I could learn there.
Warren spent the entire night writing his letter of introduction for his application to Harvard Business School. He wrote, crossed things out, wrote again, tore up the page, and started over several times, determined to get it right. Then he woke up early the next morning and hurried to drop the letter into the mailbox, filled with anticipation. A few weeks later, he received a letter inviting him to an interview. The interview was brief. They asked only a few basic questions.
Why do you want to study here?
I think this place could teach me a lot.
What do you want to be in the future? What kind of work do you want to do?
I want to work in investing,
What about your hobbies?
reading,
Anything else?
analyzing stock market data.
The interviewers listened, but there was nothing in their expressions to suggest whether they were pleased or not. A few days later, the letter finally arrived at the house.
There's a letter here for you, kiddo Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Kids these days really do grow up fast.
Warren took the letter with a surge of excitement. Stamped on the envelope was the mark showing it had been sent from Harvard Business School. He opened it and read,
Dear Mr. Buffett, we regret to inform you that your application has not been accepted because you are considered too young at this time. Sincerely, Admissions Committee.
Warren walked back into the house, disappointed.
What's wrong, Warren? Why are you sitting there like that?
Nothing. I just wanted to rest for a while.
That's a letter from Harvard. Did they write back already?
Yeah.
After Warren handed her the letter, Doris read it with a knowing look. Even though it was very short, she took her time taking it in. And when she reached the end, she could not help blurting out,
Too young? Seriously? What, do they want a classroom full of grandpas or something?
She walked over, gave Warren a pat on the shoulder, and let out a soft laugh.
Doris! Aren't you supposed to be comforting me? Why are you laughing?
Sorry, I just can't help it. The kid who used to think college was pointless is now upset because the #1 university in the country told him he wasn't ready yet. It's going to be okay, Warren.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when one door closes, it is not shutting you out. It is telling you to go find the door that fits you better.
Doris, thank you.
It's nothing.
But there's one thing I want to tell you. That quote just now sounded way too smart for you. Where did you get it from?
Oh, for heaven's sake, you little brat!
That night, Warren picked up the letter from Harvard and read it again. But no matter how many times he read it, the answer did not change. He was still too young. So what was he supposed to do now? And that's where our story ends. If you enjoyed it, like, share, and follow for the next episode.